This is a Weekend Explorer Quick Trip. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach sit next to each other in southern Alabama on the border with Florida. The area is known for its beach and water activities. Early morning found me on the docks in Orange Beach, ready to head out for what I'd heard was great fishing just offshore. Alabama's Gulf Coast is home to a large sport fishing fleet with more than 100 experienced captains to choose from. We set out with Captain Ricky McDuffie on the Sea Hunter, and it wasn't long until we found fish.
Oh my. You found them, Captain, you found them.
Mike had barely pulled in the first fish of the day when deckhand Adam hooked a fish and handed it off to Joe. While Mike was still getting his picture taken, Marjorie had already reeled in a triggerfish. Another nice red snapper was pulled in before I even got a line in the water. I may have started slowly.
Don't know what we have, but we have something.
But I got with the program pretty fast. Woohoo!
There we go.
Nice red snapper, but nothing to write home about. This was followed almost immediately by what I knew was a much larger fish.
We need something, right? We don't catch fish today, we're hungry.
Some local restaurants here will cook your fresh caught fish for you in a program called Hook and Cook.
Got some tug on him, that's for sure.
Oh my!
Nice fish.
Wow! Can you see?
This fish was more like it and worth a picture.
Cool. So turn around the other direction. There you go.
Everyone was catching fish, and Marjorie had her hook into a good one.
Oh, big one!
We only got a quick glimpse of the captain as he spent the whole time keeping us on the fish, as they say in fishing parlance. You don't have to be an experienced fisherman like me to go fishing here, as this nice fish brought in by beginner Kim proves. Boat crews here are great about teaching and helping beginners. We had reservations at a Hook and Cook restaurant, and you'd think we'd be pretty happy with all the fish we'd caught. Unfortunately, we were a week early for red snapper season,
This is my triggerfish right here. Just caught him a second ago.
and I knew my little triggerfish wasn't going to feed hungry cameraman Jim. Fortunately, we changed spots and hooked into a bunch of fish we could
We're
take,
hooked up all over the place.
including a vermilion snapper, a couple nice red grouper, and a bunch of yellow-striped rudderfish. I have fished all over the world, and this is some of the best fishing I've ever had. Gulf Shores, Alabama really lived up to its reputation. This is the home of the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo. The great part about little zoos is that with fewer visitors, the animals are more relaxed. Smaller zoos sometimes allow you to get closer to the animals and have more animal interaction. The driving force behind this zoo is director Patty Hall, who always seems to be in perpetual motion with an animal in her arms. I finally caught up with her with a young kangaroo. So Patty, this is a little Joey we have here?
Yes, he is, and we're just introducing him to all the new guests at the zoo. He arrived Friday night, and his name is Tim Tam.
Now, how old is he?
Right now, he's 6 months old. He's been in Mom's pouch for the last 4 months, and she kicked him out, and so we grabbed him up, and now we're babying him a little longer.
He looks like he's in a pouch right now.
That's right.
Although not a large collection of animals, there are definitely enough to make for an enjoyable and educational visit. While looking at some turtles, I heard my favorite animal call in the bird kingdom, and I set off in search of its source, an Australian kookaburra. Kookaburras are great mimickers. Parrots are, of course, another great bird mimicker, and I bet you'll never guess what household appliance this one had its cage by. The Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo is known for its large cats, especially tigers. When offered, I jumped at the opportunity to feed them. Over the last 100 years, tigers have lost 93% of their traditional range, and all subspecies of tigers are currently endangered. Their tongues are truly fascinating and are used to remove both hair and hide from prey.
It's like really sharp sandpaper, almost like a file.
It's also a grooming tool for their coats.
Wow, no wonder they look so nice.
Tigers are terrifyingly large and powerful animals. They may not seem it on all fours, but the white tiger Raja proves it when standing up on his hind legs. Tigers are the largest cat species, growing to 11 feet or 3.3 meters and weighing up to 675 pounds or 300 kilos.
Look at that. You have my hand in that picture? He's giant. Look how giant it is. Oh, hey, I'll switch hands. Check out how big that is in comparison to my hands. And I have big hands.
Look at your head. Comparison, see how I could grab your head?
Crazy.
It wasn't long before we had to leave the lemurs to their antics. I'll definitely be coming back to the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo. Join us online at www.weekendexplorer.com or follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook.